Jamaica recently ratified the International Labour Organization's Domestic Workers Convention, signaling the government's commitment to empowering women economically. What really does this mean for the over 100,000 domestic workers on the island? To find out, GIS caught up with Ryder, Director General of the International Labour Organization ILO, during a recent visit to the island.
Firstly, I think it's extremely important and positive that Jamaica has ratified this very important convention, because for the first time this convention puts domestic household workers on the map. Too often we have the impression that these aren't workers like everybody else, and this convention basically provides them with the most fundamental rights at work: the right to have a contract, the right to have general labour law applied to them, the right to have working time arrangements like every other worker. So in a sense, it's bringing them out of the shadows into the full light of day and coverage of legislation. So the tangible effects are that these working people will now have the benefits of the protection of labour law like everybody else. Now, obviously, we have to work together to make sure the convention is fully applied, but I think this will bring immediate benefits to some of the workers in our labour markets who are probably most vulnerable and least paid attention to.
We all know the domestic workers group is made up of primarily women. What is the ILO doing to ensure that this and other groups of female workers are empowered economically and that the decent work agenda is implemented?
I think that the situation of women at work is in general a priority for the ILO. You know, after so many years, decades of trying to promote equality at work, the fact of the matter is that the gender pay gap between men and women around the world is still 23%. It's remarkable, and it has to be closed down. So we're working in practically all areas of our work. We put in the gender dimension. Now, in Jamaica, I think one thing we need is better data. It's very difficult to obtain gender disaggregated data about the situation of women at work. But then we have to focus in on areas that we know women are particularly overrepresented in. We've already talked about domestic work. I could mention informality. A large part of the Jamaican economy is informal, and we know that women are concentrated in that area. We're working with the government at the moment on a pilot basis to formalise the informal, and in so doing, I think it's one area where we can certainly help women to move up the labour market and basically have the same type of equal treatment that others would expect.
Want to know more about this and other labour matters that affect both men and women? Contact the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. Call 922-9500-14 or visit their website mlss.gov.jm.